There we go. Wow, man, the bike rips. That is so fun. Yeah, I never feel like the suspension's packing out or feeling dull. Very active though, I can feel it really very active underneath me. Hey guys, excited to bring you on today's ride on the new 2021 Giant Trance X. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how it compares to other bikes, how it climbs, how it descends, and kind of who I think this bike is for. Also, real quick, today's video is sponsored by theproscloset.com. More on them later. All right, what's up guys? We are out today on the 2021 Giant Trance X. This is the Advanced 2 model. So what, carbon frame. We got a pike up front, a RockShox pike, 150 millimeters up front, and then it's 135 millimeters in the rear of that beautiful Giant Maestro suspension. And if you've never ridden a Giant before, I mean, it's as good a suspension as you're going to find on just about anything out there, in my opinion. I get a chance to ride a ton of different bikes, different manufacturers and suspension styles, and I just am always happy to get on a Giant, and they're good everywhere. We're climbing right now. We've been climbing all morning, and man, it feels, I have it in I have that RockShox rear shock back there in the open position. I leave it in the open position the entire time I'm climbing, and it just feels really supportive. Really, it stiffens up good. I never feel like I wish I could lock it out or anything like that. Just leave it open and it climbs awesome. Finds traction really well, and I'm always just impressed with these Giant bikes. So 135 millimeters in the rear, 150 up front. It's just a good do everything trail bike, and it climbs awesome. I'd say it climbs, I don't know, as good as some 120 millimeter travel bikes. Just feels really efficient and scoots up the trail awesome. So I'm 5'8" on a size medium frame today, and this Giant Trance X has a 456 millimeter reach, and with that steeper 77-degree seat tube angle that this bike has, it doesn't feel like a super long bike, you know, just pedaling along. And then it has that 65.5-degree kind of pretty slack head tube angle, which, you know, climbing, it doesn't feel too floppy or anything weird. The trails we're going to be on today are mostly blue style trails, kind of flowy and not overly technical. However, there are a few sections of trail, quite a bit of rocks on them and stuff, and haven't suffered any pedal strikes yet on this bike. And you know, so far I'd say really impressed with how it climbs. Enjoy climbing on this bike. My name is Jason, so welcome to MTV Yum Yum. I do as many mountain bike reviews as I can get my hands on, and I try to do them all on the same trails. It gives me a good opportunity to test, you know, similar kind of like for like bikes on the same trail. Kind of get an idea of how they are different and how they do some things different than another bike. And anyway, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. More than 70% of the viewers of my channel are unsubscribed, so stick around, go check out my library of videos and other bikes that might be similar to this one, and just see how it compares. We're gonna get to the top here. Not a whole lot left to say about climbing, you know, it climbs better than I expected. I mean, I spent some time on the regular Giant Trance, right, with 115 millimeters of travel. Both bikes are 29ers, and I guess I didn't know what to expect. I just assumed it wouldn't climb as well as that bike. I don't know why, but it has extra 20 millimeters of travel out back, but man, I'd be very interested to ride this bike back to back with that 115 millimeter travel Giant Trance. Yeah, it just climbs really well. So excited to get this thing on the downhill. We're almost to the top. Get up there and see how this baby goes downhill. Oh yeah. We've had a couple chances to go down a few short sections of trail, but not a full-on descent just yet. And the bike feels really nimble and quick just right away. Hey Tyler, hold up. I dropped the chain. It's like one of those days. I got a flat tire earlier in the day on this bike, and now we're dealing with a little bit of a dropped chain. I don't know why every trail bike, really every bike, but certainly trail bikes and all mountain bikes don't come with a chain guide. And that's not a huge knock on Giant, because most bikes don't. Off the top of my head, the only one I can think of that pretty much always does is Rocky Mountain. Rocky Mountain sends almost all their bikes with a chain guide on the top there. I don't know why they don't all do it. What I think I was saying is the bike just feels so easy to move around on and very nimble. And you know, it's not a huge long travel bike like the one Tyler's on up there. He's on that Pivot Firebird. But yeah, this is a bike I would get along with just fine as my daily driver, kind of my, if I could only own one bike, it would probably be something kind of like this, right? You know, long enough travel to go do some more burly trails, but still a lot of fun on these more blue style trails. Yeah. Yeah, this bike's fun. Really easy just to hop off stuff. It's very playful and poppy. It helps that it rained last night too, so the dirt is just like awesome with tons of traction. Oh yeah. Man, it kind of reminds me of the just the way it feels, a little bit of the current Specialized stump jumper. Very precise feeling. Like I can just move the bike around easily on the trail. It doesn't feel too overbearing or anything. Yeah, that's fun. Well, I would describe the bike, you know, like I think about like the Yeti SB130, for example. You know, similar in terms of the bikes are similar in that they have similar travel, right? But this bike feels much more playful and more easygoing. Easier to ride, easier to move around the trail, not so demanding. Also, I would describe this Giant Trance as having like a more neutral or balanced like rider position. I don't feel like I have to get real far forward up on the bike. Just very natural, easy riding position. And I feel comfortable on the bike like right away. Yeah. Nice, Tyler. Oh yeah. I mean, these trails are just so fun and flowy. To ride a bike that's as easy going as this is just fun. Oh, that is so good. It doesn't feel like it's too long of a bike. Nice. Oh, that's fun. Dirt in the mouth. Oh, that's fun, dude. I should also mention the bike is quiet. No weird rattling noises or weird stuff going on. There we go. Fun. Yeah, I mean all these giant bikes, this Maestro suspension is just so active and open feeling, kind of like a Rocky Mountain, but then it has that really nice supportive feeling to it that you get from something more like a DW Leaf, like an Ibis Ritmo or something. It doesn't feel nearly as big long travel as the Ritmo. It feels snappier and faster than that bike. More like more like the Specialized Stump Jumper, really. Yeah, like right now I just was smashing on the pedals there during that kind of flat section to catch up to Tyler. And when you do, it doesn't sink way down into the travel. It stays high in the travel and feels very supportive. Yeah, what a cool bike. Give Tyler a little room here on this next jump. There we go. Oh, I don't pull up on that second jump like Tyler does. There we go. Wow. Man, the bike rips. That is so fun. Yeah, I never feel like the suspension's packing out or feeling dull. Very active though, I can feel it. Really very active underneath me. It's March of 2022, and it's been a long winter here in Utah, so it's really nice to be out riding bikes again. Oh, hell yeah! That was fun, dude.
Just lap that.
The bike feels money. Yeah, man, it's just like super poppy on all these little jumps. Man, the only thing I can think of, I'm not great at manualing, but there are 4 or 5 sections of trail that I normally manual through, getting through some whoops and stuff. I had a hard time bringing the front up, but you know, that could just be the bike is new to me. That was so much fun. Well, ride this thing again tomorrow. I like to film those first impressions though, and then get some more riding throughout the rest of the week. And then we'll do a kind of a recap at the fence. This bike has been so much fun. I've been riding it for over a week now. Really excited to share with you kind of my final thoughts. As you can see from the video, I had so much fun riding this bike. In terms of like owning one bike at a time, like that's something I'm always trying to look for, because I know most people only own one bike at a time. The Giants Trance just does it as good as any bike out there. It just does everything really, really well. Real quick, to tell you about today's video sponsor, it's theproscloset.com. I got this bike in the mail from theproscloset.com. They are an online retailer of certified used bikes. Just like where you might scroll through a classified ads like Pink Bike or somewhere else, these guys have over 1,000 mountain bikes ready to ship. And the nice thing about it is this is probably the 5th or 6th bike that I've received from the Pros Closet to ride and demo and do a video on. And man, every time they show up and they literally look like they're brand new bikes. It's crazy. It's a used bike, but I don't know if anyone's ever even ridden this thing before I got it. In any case, should you choose to purchase a bike from theproscloset.com, it'll show up in a box with what's called ride ready shipping. So the handlebars will show up in a box. The handlebars are already on the bike just like this. All you do is you pull it out of the box, flip it around, throw the front tire on there. A professional bike mechanic has already gone through everything, adjusting the brakes, all of the gearing and the shifting is all ready to go. Throw that front tire on, go hit the trail. Sealant already in the tires. And then if there's anything on the bike, these are used bikes, right? If there's anything on the bike that needs to be replaced, whether it's tires or a cassette or whatever it might be, they go through it and make sure it's just, 141 point inspection. Just make sure it's ready to go. I've had such a good experience using the Pros Closet up to this point. They've offered me a promotional code to offer to you guys. Check the link down below. And I think it's either free shipping on orders over $1,000 or a discount on a used bike. In any case, click the link down below. Also, by clicking that link, you'll be able to look at more of the numbers on this specific giant Trance. I'm shipping this bike back to them. It's a size medium. If you need a medium, it'll be back at the Pros Closet probably by the time this video airs. You can hop on there and snatch it up. So thanks to the Pros Closet for sponsoring today's video. Without them sending me a bike like this and sponsoring this video, I wouldn't be able to make videos like this. So thank you for the support in checking out your next bike at theproscloset.com. All right, now the good part, comparing it to other bikes. This is what you really, I mean, from the comments from all my other videos and my library of other videos, this is why people come to MTB Yum Yum, to hear what I think, how it compares to other bikes in the category. It's kind of unique. With 135 millimeters of travel in the rear, it's kind of in a category of its own almost. Bikes like the Yeti SB 130 have very similar travel and kind of similar numbers, honestly, but this doesn't feel really anything like the Yeti SB 130. It feels much more like the Rocky Mountain Instinct, which has a little bit more travel than this, but the thing that makes me think about that is it has a very active open suspension when you're descending. I think I talked about that in the video a little bit, but it's very playful and easy to ride. I love bikes I can just get on. They're easy to ride. They feel intuitive and just natural riding position. A lot like that Rocky Mountain Instinct. It kind of has a slightly similar feel to the new Pivot Trail 429, but probably even a little bit more capable than that Trail 429, and maybe doesn't climb quite as well. I had so much fun riding this bike today. I can't recommend this bike more. I mean, for $5,000, I think it's a neat option. I know the Trance Advanced 1, I believe, and go check Giant's website because I might have this wrong. I believe that was the one that comes with Fox suspension and a little bit better kit for only $1,000 more. I think it's a $6,000 bike. That might be, yeah, that might be the bike I'd recommend if that's in your budget. I've spent a lot of time on the Trance, just stock 29er Trance, like 115 mil in the rear and 120 up front. And this bike certainly feels more capable than that, but it still climbs almost just as good. I'm always happy to get on a Giant Trance. I just think they're awesome bikes. What a rad bike. What a rad time to be a mountain biker. So many good options right now. Tubeless tires, dropper seat posts, 1x suspension, or 1x drivetrain. I mean, just everything's so good. Way better than it was in the 90s when I was a kid. So thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Less than 70% of the people who watch my videos are subscribed. So click that subscribe button. Go check out the other videos I have in my huge library of videos of bike demos. My name's Jason. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.